All right, ladies and gentlemen, how is everybody doing out there? Brian here with a quick rundown of what happened tonight at NXT Halloween Havoc. Once again, I am standing in front of my green screen with some kind of, probably some clouds or something. But here we go with your NXT Halloween Havoc report. Tonight, Halloween Havoc saw Quincy Elliott and Shotzi co-hosting. On the pre-show, or on the kickoff show as they call it, we found out that the match between Grayson Waller and Apollo Crews would be a casket match via the spin the wheel, make the deal. So, we started off the main show itself with the five-way ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. And we have a new NXT North American Champion, and his name is Wes Lee. So big congratulations to Wes Lee on becoming the new NXT North American Champion, defeating Von Wagner, Nathan Frazier, Oro Mensah, and Carmelo Hayes. We also had a fight between Toxic Attraction and Alba Fire at a haunted mansion, haunted trail. On the apparently last night, Alba Fire sent a video video message to Mandy Rose, challenging her to come to this haunted trail and mansion and a haunted house. So Toxic Attraction went there, and because it's in the spirit of Halloween, you had one, I think it was Gigi Dolan getting locked in a freezer. JC Jane, who was scared when I was watching it, she looked like she was not a big fan of going in a haunted going inside a haunted house or a haunted mansion. But Alba Fire wound up getting the advantage of overall three and wound up knocking Mandy Rose out, putting her in the car that Mandy and Gigi and JC were driving to the trail, and drove it back to the arena. Then we had Apollo Crews defeating Grayson Waller in a casket match. We had a Chase University segment that saw Duke Hudson become the newest member of Chase University. We heard from the NXT tag team, the NXT men and women's tag team champions, Pretty Deadly and Caden Carter and Katana Chance, ahead of this Tuesday night's two NXT tag team title matches. Just to speed this video up a little bit, we saw Roxanne Perez defeat Cora Jade in a Weapons Wild match. We had an in-ring segment with the hosts of Halloween Havoc, Shotzi, and the Super Diva Quincy Elliott, that would be interrupted by Lash Legend. This would lead to Shotzi laying out Lash Legend when she was running her mouth about Quincy Elliott and Shotzi. And then we would find out a little bit later on in the show that this Tuesday night on NXT, Shotzi will face Lash Legend. So that's a big matchup, not also including the tag title matches. Pretty Deadly defending against Idris Anafe and Malik Blade. And then, of course, the NXT Women's Tag Team titles will be decided as Katana Chance and Caden Carter defend against Zoe Starks and Nikita Lyons. So let's move on. We saw Julius Creed. He was victorious in the ambulance match against Damon Kemp. Mandy Rose, with the help of Toxic Attraction, of Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, she retained her NXT Women's title and continues her which I believe they said her reign will be 1 year next Wednesday or this Wednesday. So Mandy Rose is still yours and my NXT women's champion. As I mentioned, we heard from earlier in the show. We heard from the champions that will be defending their tag titles. Pretty Deadly and Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Then later on in the show, we heard from the challengers, Zoe Starks and Nikita Lyons and Idris Anafe and Malik Blade, talking how they're going to win the championships. Then in the main event, it was the triple threat match for the NXT Championship. Braun Breaker retained his title over JD McDonough and Ilya Dragunov. And there was no cash in. No Austin Theory cashing in, so I don't even know why they wasted their time teasing that segment on last Tuesday on NXT of teasing that he might cash in on tonight. I mean, it is what it is. I've given up on. That's why my thoughts. I really have not been watching wrestling for a while now. I watch it here and there, but it's just like I just can't. A lot of the storylines don't even make any sense. I don't even know why. But I figured I wanted to check out Halloween Havoc, so I watched it. Braun Breaker retained his NXT title in a great main event. So the opening match was the ladder match. That one I would recommend checking out. The main event was good. Everything else was just So that's just my honest opinion. So with that in mind, if you guys watched Halloween Havoc tonight, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. This has been my NXT Halloween Havoc recap. As always, I am Brian, and I will see you next time, whenever that will be. See ya.